Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about baking soda and many uses that it has around the kitchen. This is part 2 in this series on baking soda in the kitchen. If you're like most of us, somewhere along the line you've burned milk in a pot on the stove. I've got a really good way to remove that burned on milk from your pot. Now, note that this works for non-aluminum pots. Do not use baking soda on aluminum cookware at all because it will stain it. It will kind of darken that aluminum. So you don't want to do this. But on a stainless steel pot, it will work very, very well. And I do have a video on this one. The link is below for you. First of all, once you remove the milk from the pot and you discover the burned on milk on the bottom of it, easy way to get it off. Sprinkle it with a generous amount of baking soda. Now there's no measurements here. Just sprinkle it with a generous amount of baking soda. And then you want to pour some water on top of that, covering it by about 1 inch. Then you want to add a generous amount of white vinegar to the pot. Yes, it will bubble up. It's going to get very vigorous there. Be careful as you do this, so be aware that it will bubble up. Once the bubbling kind of slows down some, turn the burner on high. Watch it very closely because once it heats up, that bubble's going to start back up again and it's going to rise in that pot really fast. If that happens, you want to lift the pot off the stove until the bubbling subsides back down and then put it back down. Bring it to a good boil. Allow the mixture to boil for about 5 minutes and then turn the stove off. Leave the pot on the burner until it's completely cooled down, however long it takes. Then you'll see that that burned on milk is very, very loose and you can gently scrub it off the bottom of the pot. Nothing abrasive here. You don't need to use some very steel wool pad or something like that. No, just use your kitchen cloth, a sponge that would be appropriate for the pot that you're using, and it should come off very, very easily. And again, I've got this on a video. Check the link below if you're in trouble with that. A really easy solution to mix up for cleaning your refrigerator inside and out. Take a teaspoon of baking soda, mix it with a quart of warm water, and then get just a kitchen cloth and wipe down your refrigerator inside and out. And that will clean it up very nicely. Remove some greasy grime that might be on there. Any stains like that, it should take it off. If your garbage disposal in your kitchen has developed an odor and maybe there's some pileup of grease in there, you can help to get that off with baking soda. Pour a cup of baking soda down the drain while you're simultaneously running a little bit of warm water down there at the same time. Then run your garbage disposal for about 1 minute or so until all of the baking soda is gone. And that action will help to cut the grease away from the blades, remove any odors that's in there, and just give it a good cleaning. Do you have a plastic container or a lunch box or a thermos, something like that, that's got an odor in there? You can remove that odor with baking soda. Add a couple tablespoons of baking soda into the container. Fill it with hot water. Give it a good shake to allow it to mix up and dissolve really well. Close it up and just allow it to sit on your kitchen counter overnight. And by morning, that odor should be all gone. Rinse it out really well. Clean it up with some hot soapy water and it's good to go. Sometimes when we're working with food, we'll get some odors on our hands, like if we're dealing with raw fish or garlic or onions or something like that. Our hands can wind up with a lingering odor on them. Just rub a little bit of baking soda on your hands and then rinse it off, and that should help to remove the odor from your skin. I don't know about you, we always use a cover on food when we're using the microwave. A cover like a microwave safe cover or another dish or something like that. But a lot of people don't, and so the inside of their microwave will get full of baked on, dried up, splattered on food. And it's really pretty nasty. An easy way to get that off is to take a bowl or a cup, something like that, put a couple tablespoons of baking soda in there, fill it up with water, put it in your microwave on high and allow it to boil for a couple minutes until there's a lot of steam that's developed in the microwave and the inside is coated with that steam and some liquid. Then allow it to sit for just a little bit and then take a clean cloth or a soft sponge, nothing abrasive, and just wipe down the inside of that microwave, and that food grime should come off pretty easily for you. Do you have a wood cutting board that's developed an odor to it? Baking soda can help to get that odor off. Just take 3 parts of baking soda to 1 part of water, make a paste, and then rub that on the surface of the wood cutting board. And then just allow it to sit there for about 10 minutes or so. Then rinse it off really, really well, and that should remove the problem for you. Some floors, especially in the kitchen, are prone to developing black heel marks when we walk on them. It would be linoleum or vinyl tile, that kind of thing. To help remove those easily, you can sprinkle a little bit of baking soda on the area and take a damp cloth and gently rub it. Again, nothing really abrasive. You don't want to scar up your floor. Just a little bit of baking soda on there with a damp, soft cloth and rub it on there, and it should remove that black heel mark easily for you. Well, if you have other ways that you use baking soda in and around the kitchen and that I haven't mentioned in these 2 videos, please do share them with others below. It will help other people out. This is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Bye for now.